Tulsidas University. Myself Akash Vashne, Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical Engineering. Today I am going to discuss parallel adder. Parallel adder is also called as binary adder. It is also known as ripple carrying adder. Now comes to the definition of parallel adder. Parallel adder means it adds two and with binary number. In parallel adder, we have to add 2 and with binary number. In this, the carry bit propagate from LSB to MSB position in a ripple manner. Therefore, it is also known as ripple carry adder. Okay, this is the key point. Here, carry bit propagate from LSB bit to MSB position in a ripple manner, such that in this way carry is propagated. That's why it is known as ripple carry adder. Now, see, if we want to do the addition, suppose we have considered an example that x3, x2, x1, x0. This is the one bit. Now consider another example y3, y2, y1, y2. Now we want to add these two numbers. Okay, this is a 4-bit number. We have to add these two numbers by the concept of parallel adder. Now if we add x0 and y0, we can get suppose some s0. Okay, this is the least significant bit and this is the most significant. Okay, so if we add x0 and y0, we get a sum s0. Now if there is a carry, that carry goes to here. Now we can add c0, x1, y1, we can get a sum s1. Now there is a carry c1. From that it goes to here. Now we can add c1, x2, y2, we can get a sum s2. Okay, then again there is a carry, that is c3. It comes to x3 and y3. We can add these three bits simultaneously, we can get s3. This is the sum. Now there is also carry that comes to a. So this is the final output of parallel adder, that is c4, S3, S2, S1, S0. In this way, parallel adder works. Now, there is a note in the parallel adder that how many full adder, half adder and OR gate are used in the designing of parallel adder. So, there is a note point. By this, we can calculate how many parallel adders are used, how many full adders are used and how many OR gates are used. Okay. So there is a formula. By that formula we can calculate. Suppose I am taking the general condition. Suppose there is an n bit addition. Okay. In n bit addition, we want to calculate the number of full adder and half adder. Suppose first formula is n full adder. Okay. If we want to calculate how many full adders are used, then we can say if there is an n bit number, then there is a n full adder. Okay. Another, if we want a combination of full adder and half adder, then we can say it requires n minus 1 full adder plus 1 half adder. The concept of full adder and half adder I will told you in the previous video. You will prefer that video and know about the full adder and half adder. Okay, FE means full adder, HE means half adder. Now, if we want to calculate the combination of full adder and OR gates, we can have a formula 2n minus 1 full adder plus n minus 1 OR gate. So these are the conditions for n bit addition. Suppose in the gate exam it is asked you have to find the full adder number, you have to use this formula. If there is a question that you have to find the number of full adders and half adder, you have to use this formula. If there is a question of full adder and OR gate, you have to use this formula. For example, I'll take an example. Suppose you have to calculate 4-bit addition. Okay, so 4-bit addition means that suppose in the question it is given 4-bit addition, or you have to calculate the number of full adders. So here n is 4. So here value of n equals to 4. You have to write this expression. Now number of full adder requires n full adder. So here it becomes 4 full adder. So this is your answer. If it asks in the terms of full adder and half adder, so you have to use this formula. So n value is 4. So 4 minus 1 is 3. So 3 full adder plus 1 half adder. So this is another combination of full adder and half adder. Now you have to calculate full adder and OR gate combination. You have to use this formula. This is 2n minus 1. N value is 4. You have to put n here. To 2 into 4, 8. 8 minus 1, 7. So 7 full adder plus n minus 1. N minus 1 means 4 minus 1, 3. So 3 OR gates. Okay. So this way you have to calculate the number of half adder, full adder and OR gates. Okay. So you have to remember this key point. It is clear? Now we have to design a 4-bit parallel adder. Put a heading 4-bit parallel adder. तो 4-bit parallel addition अगर हमें करना है तो you have to write 4-bit parallel adder. Okay, so firstly we have to see the block diagram. We have to design this 4-bit parallel adder with the help of full adder. So we have to require 4 full adders. Suppose this is the full adder. I will consider this is another full adder. This is another full adder. And this is 4th full adder. Okay. So we have to write this is FA0. FA0 means full adder 0. This is FA1, full adder 1. This is FA2. This is FA3. Now see, we have to apply a input here. This is X0, Y0. Okay. And in the initial condition, we have to assume that there is a 0 carry in this adder. We have to consider the value of C0 equals to 0. This is assumed. Okay. If it is 1, we have to consider it 1. But now, in this case, I will consider the initial carry equals to 0. Okay. Now we can get sum is S0. Now this carry goes to this full adder in this way. Suppose this carry goes to here. Suppose this carry is C. Suppose you have to correct it. C0 we have to consider here. This is C input because this is the input carry and this is the C0 carry. So this C0 carry goes to full adder 1 and here is the input X1, Y1. And we can get a sum S1 and this carry goes to full adder 2. This is the C1 and here we can apply the input X2 and Y2 and sum we can get S2 and this carry goes to full adder 3. This is C2 and we can get X3 and Y3 is the input and we can get S3 is the sum. Okay, and we can get final carry is C3. So in this way the 4-bit parallel adder works. Suppose if we give a X0, Y0, we can give this two adder. The carry that goes to full adder 1. Now this carry goes to full adder 2 and this carry goes to full adder. So you can see that carry propagate in a ripple manner from 0 to 3, that's why it is called as ripple carry adder. Okay, why it is called parallel adder? Because in this we can apply input to the full adder in a parallel fashion. Suppose this x0 y0 goes to f0, x1 y0 goes to f1, x2 y2 goes to f2, x3 y3 goes to f3 in a parallel fashion. That why it is called as parallel adder. Okay, so this is the designing of 4-bit parallel addition. It is clear to now. If you want to design 8-bit parallel adder with the help of 4-bit parallel adder, okay, the question is that you have to design 8-bit parallel adder with the help of 4-bit parallel adder. Okay, तो आपको 4-bit पैरेलल एडिशन से 8-bit पैरेलल एडर डिजाइन करना है. कैसे डिजाइन करेंगे अब देखिए. नाउ वी हैव अ गिवन इज 4-bit पैरेलल एडर. फ्रॉम दैट पैरेलल एडर वी डिजाइन 8-bit पैरेलल एडर. सी suppose this is the 4-bit parallel adder and this is another 4-bit parallel adder. In this 4-bit parallel adder there is a 4-half full adder. Suppose this is a full adder 1, this is a full adder 2, this is a full adder 3 and this is a full adder 4. Suppose we can write it FA0, FA1, FA2 and FA3. Okay. Now here also 4 full adders is there. Suppose this is FA4, this is FA5 and this is FA6 and this is FA7. Now we can give input to C input. Suppose the initial carry is 0 and we can give input to this. This input goes to here and from here we can get here. In this fashion you can see the working of 4-bit parallel. In the previous case it was in the same manner in here. Now the carry that propagate from this, it add to this 4-bit parallel. Suppose the carry is C4, this C4 is goes to FA4, that is 4-bit adder and this is also 4-bit parallel adder. Okay, so this is it. In this 4-bit parallel adder there is a combination of full adder. That full adder is 4 in the count, that is packed in a single box and we can call this as 4-bit parallel adder. Okay, now we can get, suppose here we can get S0, here we can get S1, here we can get S2, here we can get S3, here we can get S4, here we can get S5, here we can get X6 and here we can get X7 and the carry is C6, C7. Suppose we can like this. So this is the final output, that is C7, S7, X6, S5, S4, S3, S2, S1, S0. So this is the final output, that is C6, S7, X6, X5, S4, S3, S2, S1 and S0. This is the final output of 8-bit parallel adder. With the help of 4-bit parallel adder we can design a 8-bit parallel adder. You can see there are 8-bit and this is the carry, that is C6. Okay, so this is about the 8-bit parallel adder. Now we can discuss another topic, that is carry look ahead adder. Actually in the parallel adder there is a drawback or limitation. You can see if we can give an input to the full adder 0, the carry that is propagate from FA0 to FA1, then FA1 to FA2, then FA2 to FA3, then there is a delay. There is a time delay in the output. So this time delay will be solved by another adder that is called as carry look ahead adder. Okay, so this is about the parallel adder. Now put a heading carry look ahead adder. Carry look ahead adder. In this carry look ahead error, propagation delay time of parallel adder is eliminated. This is the drawback of parallel adder that is eliminated in the carry look ahead error. Okay. So first you have to write the disadvantage of parallel adder. Here I am writing the output becomes a final value only after carry bit has propagated from least significant bit to most significant bit. This is the disadvantage of parallel adder that is eliminated and can be solved in the carry look ahead adder. Okay, so now understand the concept of carry look ahead adder. Now we can know that the sum and carry of full adder is A XOR, B XOR, C XOR. Okay, and the carry is A plus B, C input plus A I P I. So this is the output result of full adder. By using this result, we can design a carry look ahead adder. Now see how we can design. Suppose we can assume that we can assume AI plus BI, AI plus BI equals to PI. We can assume AI plus BI equals to PI. Suppose it is another variable, and AI into BI we can assume GI. These two variables we can assume in the SI and CI plus 1. Now put these two values in this expression. We can get, suppose CI plus 1 equals to, now we can put AI plus BY equals to PI. We can put here PI. So it becomes PI CI input plus AI BI equals to GI. We can have GI. This is becomes carry. This is the final carry. Now we can put I equals to 1, I equals to 2, I equals to 3 and determine the carry that is propagated from FA0 to FA4. Okay. See here. Suppose if we put I equals to 1, if we put I equals to 1 here, we can get C1 plus 1 C2. This is the C2 carry. Okay, that is equals to P1 and C1 plus G1. This is okay. Now we can see that P1 equals to, now we can put here I equals to 1, we can get A1, it is XOR. Okay, you have to correct it. This is the XOR A XOR B. So if we put I equals to 1 here, we can get A1 XOR B1. Okay, so we will put here A1 XOR B1 here, and this is C1 plus G1 becomes, if we put I equals to 1 here, we can get A1 into B1. Okay, this is C2. Now you can see if we apply the input to the full adder 0 and full adder 1, we can get the expression of carry in terms of C1, that is the initial carry. Okay, now if we consider I equals to 2, suppose if we consider I equals to 2, then we put I equals to 2 here, so 2 plus 1, 3, C3 becomes, then C3 equals to I equals to 2 P2 C2, that is P2 C2 plus I equals to 2, it becomes G. The expression becomes P2 C2 plus D2. Now we can put the value of carry 2 in this expression. So then this carry becomes in terms of C1 also. So in this fashion we can determine the carry, final carry in terms of initial carry, and the same thing is present at the same time to the full adder 0, 1, 2 and 3. In this way we can eliminate the delay time of parallel adder. Okay, it is clear, because the carry C3 comes in terms of C2, C2 comes in terms of C1. If we put C2 here, suppose if we put the value of C2 here, we can get P2, C2 we put here, A1 XOR B1 bracket close C1 plus A1 B1, and this comes to the whole bracket plus G2. Now you can see the C3 carry comes in terms of C1. Okay, that is not in the case of 4-bit parallel adder, but in the carry look ahead adder, the carry C3 comes in the picture of C1. If C1 is applied in the full adder 0, then it can apply to the FA3 also. So we can get a result fast in terms of carry look ahead adder. So in this way we can design carry look ahead adder. Now we can see the combination logic circuit of carry look ahead adder. Suppose if we want to design this carry in terms of combination logic circuit, you can see here. Suppose this C2 is a multiplication of P1 and C1. Okay, so in this we can apply the AND gate, because in AND gate we can get a multiplication. Then we can apply here P1 and C1, and P1 C1 applied to the AND gate, and we can get output is P1 C1. Now you can see this is plus. Plus means OR gate. OR gate we can use here. You have to apply OR gate here. This is the OR gate. Now this is G1. This G1 comes from here to the OR gate. This is G1, and we can get P1 C1 plus G1. This is equals to C2. This is the output of carry second adder. So in this way we can design a combination logic circuit. Another thing is that this is a two-level implementation. Two-level implementation means this is the one-level logic circuit, and this is the another level logic circuit. So 1 plus 1 becomes, this is one level, this is second level. So in total becomes two-level logic implementation. Okay, if there is another logic circuit, then you can say it is a three-level logic implementation. Now you have to design this C3. C3 is a combination of P2, C2 and G2, but this is not the final expression. This is the final expression. Okay, so you have to firstly apply the XOR gate. That XOR gate will be multiplied with C1. You have to use the AND gate. That AND gate will be combination of OR gate. I'll draw here. You will see. Suppose if we want to make a combination logic circuit of C3, we can see here A1 B1 XOR is there, so you have to apply the XOR gate. This is the XOR gate, A1 and B1. This is A1 XOR B1. Now this A1 XOR is multiplied with C1, so you have to use AND gate, and you have to provide C1 from here. You will get A1 XOR B1 multiplied with C1. Okay, you can get this. Now you can see A1 in B1, A1 B1 input is here, so you have to use A1 from here and B from here, and use a AND gate. You will get A1 B1. Okay, now this whole term is in the addition form. You have to apply the OR gate. You you have to use OR gate here also. Suppose you have to use OR gate here. This is the OR gate. You can get A1 XOR B1 multiplication C1 plus A1 B. It's clear? You will get this. Now this whole term is multiplied with P2. P2 means A2 XOR B2. So A2 and B2 you will take from here. Suppose we can say P2 comes from here. Okay, you have to multiply. You have to use AND gate. You will get P2 and A1 XOR B1 C1 plus A1 B1. Okay. Now this whole terms from here, that is in the summation form of G2. You have to use G2. You have to provide G2 from here and take another XOR gate and get your final output. So in this way, you can design a combination logic circuit. Now you can see there are n number of AND gate, n number of OR gate, and n number of XOR gates are required. So this makes a complexity here. If you want to reduce the time delay, you have to make complexity in the combination of circuit. That is much more difficult to make a designing of this circuit. So this is the drawback. This is the drawback of carry loop header, that the complexity of combinational logic circuit increase, but the speed in the response is increased here. So there is a advantage and disadvantage of carry loop header. So this is about the carry loop header. So in this video I am discussing parallel adder, the concept of parallel adder. We can see the parallel adder is also known as binary adder. It is also known as ripple carry adder. After that we can learn about the carry loop ahead adder. So this is about the today concept. Now I think you will understand the concept. So okay, bye, take care, have a nice time.